My lovely Libras, welcome to your reading for August 2024. Um, this is going to be for Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, those intuitively guided, paying attention to your spirit guides, and I'm proud of you, and I know they are also. I read through my spirit guides, that's why I say that. Um, you could certainly be in love with a Libra platonically. I know I have a lot of Libra love in my life, or romantically. So if you hear just like checking up on their energy, know that your guides will also send you messages. So just be open to that. I often suggest that before you watch a reading, take a moment just to clear your mind and to let go of any worry, any, expectations. Not that you shouldn't have expectations, but just like be open to, the messages that come out. Whole reading may be for you, or there could just be certain messages for you, whatever it may be. I am honored to bring them to you. I do want to give a shout out to the Libras in my life, starting with my nephew, Sean, who is right on that cusp of Virgo Libra. He's August. He's September 24th. His mom, who has crossed over, who has been part of our readings since she's crossed over. I always feel her in her readings. Tracy, her again, Sean's mom, October 15th, and my beautiful, gorgeous granddaughter, Lily. I'm so proud of her. She just got a new job. Um, yeah, I'm just so proud of her. So, and all the Libras in your life, including yourself. So let's go ahead and get into your reading, guys. We're going to use three different decks. We're going to use Mother Mary for her beautiful words of wisdom, but I am going to take it over the reading. We are going to use the newest deck in our family, which is the Tridivia Tarot. And by the way, I do have a coupon code for those who are interested in this deck. I'll put the link below. This is a company I started working with, and actually, they're going to do an interview with me, which then I'm going to share with you guys, just talking about, how I came to this point, my spirituality in general. So I'm looking forward to that. But, anyways, beautiful, beautiful deck. But we're going to use them to clarify or to go deeper. And deep we go. That's why the readings are long. And then the Light Seers really jumped out for you. And I have to tell you, I feel like the Light Seers Tarot is a very uplifting deck. So when it jumps out to me, I feel like, okay, that means good things. So I'm looking forward to doing your reading. I'm always looking forward to doing your reading, but I just have a feeling, that this is going to be a good month for you. And I also have a feeling that this is going to be the beginning of some new things in your life that potentially, hopefully, will last a lifetime. So we'll see. So let's just calm our minds, taking a couple deep breaths, exhale the worry. And let's go ahead and begin. All right. So all my decks are always pre-shuffled. Oh. But I do like to give them a shuffle with you here also. Let's give them one more. I had a lot of people ask me why I have not been live lately. That's when I go on live and I just answer all your questions. Doesn't matter. I answer whatever questions you pose. It's really because of the heat. I don't have air conditioning in my room, and because when I go live for like 6 hours. I really have to wait until let's just say the heat breaks. And then I will be live again. Okay, well that didn't want to come up, so we're gonna take it. We have the devil, card of Capricorn, Certainly can talk about temptations. I mean, look how his hand's reaching out. It's almost like he wants us to grab his hand. Mm, but do we want to? When the devil comes out in a reading, I really think about like illusionary type of energy. So we'll see. But for some of you, it could certainly just mean a Capricorn. All right. Let's see why he's reaching out his hand to us. Wow. The Knight of Cups. Unexpected cup of fulfillment. The Knight of Cups. And then we have the King of Wands. Can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be any of that though. You know, this is like the strength card to me. This, to me, it feels like this is someone who really has dealt with, like, it's interesting because we have the devil here, and I'm just about to say they're inner demons. Like, they've overcome them. Um, Interesting. Let me bring the lid down a little bit. There we go. Interesting. So, the devil, which again can talk about temptations, can also be illusionary type energy. Knight of Cups, unexpected couple fulfillment. I always feel like a knight's going to complete their mission. And I just have to say, this knight has a dozen red roses in his hand. There is a white horse behind him. And anytime I see something like that, I think of purity. So I feel like, if the devil's energy is about temptation, and it's not a Capricorn, then I don't feel like this would be one and the same because I do feel the purity in this energy. And I feel it'd be more of this king. So we'll see. Now, it doesn't even have to talk about love, though. Again, he does have roses, red roses in his hand. For some of you, I do feel it may be a Capricorn and maybe reaching his hand out to you. And you know what? All of a sudden, I'm getting this feeling also of, be careful of people of the past who have not evolved. You know what I mean? Like, and listen, they could come back into your life and say all the right things. But really, I feel like it just feels to me right now like chances are their energy hasn't changed. Now, I say that because I feel like a lot of times when, let's say this Knight of Cups is talking about true love, I feel like a lot of times people people in the woodwork come back like they don't want to see us happy. And I definitely feel like this Knight of Cups is about it's about some type of fulfillment. Interesting, he's planning ahead, this Knight of Cups. He's got this blanket out. He's got a letter. It's like he read someone's letter. I feel like he's patient. He's being patient for some reason. Maybe there's something going on in your life that needs to come to a conclusion, and he knows that. That could certainly speak of soulmate energy, right? Like I know it's not divine timing yet, but I'm here patiently waiting. And then we have the Three of Swords. That's probably why I felt like there could be someone in your past who could also be returning. Someone who potentially broke your heart. This is about heartache. This could certainly talk about a repeat pattern. When I see the Three of Swords, I think like my heart has been pierced 3 times. Could be three separate people. But I have a feeling that this can talk about a repeat pattern with someone. So let's keep going. I have my window open and they are working on a road down the street, and I'm hoping it doesn't come through. All right, well, Ten of Pentacles, House of Abundance. Is it true though? Or is it an illusionary energy? Hmm. But then we have the Six of Wands. This is the energy of being victorious. You know, it's like the spotlight is on you. It's like I'm reading it, it's like it's your time. Like it's your time to really claim victory in your life. Coming right over this Nine of Cups, or I'm sorry, the Knight of Cups. So interesting. I have a feeling that's why this knight is being a little patient, like waiting for you to claim this victory. Interesting that the devil is connected to the Ten of Pentacles, though I feel like, I feel like, I don't know. At this moment, I just don't trust this energy yet. And because we also have the King of Wands, by the way, that can be male or female, and it doesn't have to be a fire sign. What I'm really feeling from this person is this is someone who has, really looked within, has fought their own demons. It could be definitely someone who had temptation, was tempted in the past. Um, it's a little confusing, and I feel like that's what the devil wants me to be, a little confused at this moment. But that Three of Swords is kind of giving us the clue. But that doesn't mean I still feel in this King of Wands that this is someone who's overcome something pretty major. And I feel like this king is in the Knight of Wands, is the person of the Knight of Wands. I don't feel like this person has broken your heart before. So that Three of Swords seems to tie back to that devil. And again, to me, the devil really just speaks about like illusionary type energy. Energy that I could have bought, hook, line, and sinker, maybe 3 times. But is there change? Well, right now I'm feeling that the answer is no. What I'm feeling is that there's something coming towards you, of an emotional nature, but also it's about fulfillment. And I feel like that's why the devil's gonna like raise his ugly head again. It's like that energy of, I'm not going to give you what you deserve, but I'll be damned if I want someone else to give it to you. However, with you down here claiming victory, especially over love, and the spotlight being on you, let's talk about really what the Six of Wands means. This is when other people are really looking up to you, because of the actions that you've taken, how you've cleared energy of the past. And again, maybe some of you were in a repeat pattern. You've had that realization. That can certainly be what that spotlight is, illuminating that. But again, other people looking up to you. Some of you, you may be working from home and you may start to find like real success there. All right, let's keep going. First of all, I'm going to slide this up a little bit. We have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles really speaks about a path of knowledge, like everything you have learned throughout your life. And you're not done, right? I don't know that we're ever done learning, evolving. I mean, that's why we're here, really, so our souls can evolve. This could certainly be someone from your younger years. Could be someone you've gone to school with, but it can also be, and it may be both things. Like this could be something like, maybe you haven't had an opportunity to really do the things that you wanted to do, bring to the world like your gifts. And I feel like this is definitely saying now the opportunity is reaching you. And again, this doesn't necessarily in the Knight of Cups have to be love. Though again, he is holding those roses. Well, let's see what this page is looking at. For some of you, you can talk about two people, um, and maybe you know them both. Maybe one, again, you've been in a repeat pattern with, but yet I feel like you're claiming victory over that. It's like, I'm no longer buying the bullshit. I'm no longer believing, it's like that illusionary energy. I see it for what it is now. And maybe this King of Wands has gone through a very similar type energy. Again, someone is being patient, kind of waiting on you. Doesn't mean that you're waiting on them. They may just come out of nowhere. All right, what are you looking at, Paige? Three of Wands. This is the energy of optimism. This is the energy of, and it's interesting because it's coming under the Three of Swords. It's a change of energy. It's a change of life. I mean, a Three of Swords, heartache, right? But again, mirroring the devil. Now we have the Three of Wands, optimism, living in the present moment. This is really letting go of control. You know what I mean? Like doing your thing, yes, because I feel like this is definitely saying there's something that you are very good at, something you've learned through your life that some of you may be speaking about now. I feel like the Libras in my life, they're all so artistic. And like my granddaughter, she writes her own music, her own songs. And they stem from her experiences. But this is looking forward, not back. Even if this King of Wands may be someone of the past, I just don't feel like it's someone who has broken your heart three times. It's a different way of looking at my life now. It's like, whoever had their hooks me, no longer. It's really, it's like she's about to go surfing, carefree. Again, I'm handing it over to divine, knowing that my ships will come in their due time. I'm trusting in that, and I'm kind of letting go of the worry. I feel like if there were any blindfolds on regarding someone who has kind of kept you in that repeat pattern, again, I feel like the blindfolds are off. The illumination is there. Um, someone who, yes, I feel that. I'm definitely feeling that. I feel like this is two different people. And I feel like right when, something starts going right in your life, of course, there could be someone out. He's got his hand out. It's like, gimme, gimme, gimme. But I feel like, no, no, no. Look at this, Ten of Swords. Okay, that's why I was feeling a repeat pattern. Because the Ten of Swords to me is a repeat pattern. Normally, you'll see in the tarot that this person has taken, dagger after dagger after dagger in their back. So much so that I feel like subconsciously, if not consciously, if I was having a hard time leaving it, then in a way, I'm kind of hoping for a tower. Like, divine, push me, change my course. And I feel like they do. This person's leaving the Ten of Swords. Interesting, it's coming under the Ten of Pentacles. It's almost like someone's promising you the world, but delivers none. Yet we have this other person who I feel like is patiently waiting, and I feel like, I feel like this person probably would feel or not be happy for you that the spotlight is on you. Where this person, I feel like they're waiting for the spotlight to be on you. It's almost like I don't want to interrupt your life lessons. That's probably why I'm feeling a soulmate again, because I don't want to interrupt the lessons that you're learning. 33, two tens. Oh, I was going to say in the beginning of the reading, certainly ask your spirit guides to give you signs. You know what I mean? Like whether, it's through numbers or just having me say something random, which happens all the time. And I've learned just to say it, and then trust. Okay, let's keep going. I feel like there's someone in that Ten of Pentacles, which is really about the House of Abundance. But what it's saying in that House of Abundance is this is energy that you can create. So, I feel like abundance is meant for you, but there could be someone who's like, gimme, gimme, gimme. And maybe I have, and I have, and I have. But, like, I can see clearly now. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Death card. Now, literally says on a death card, death, rebirth, death, rebirth. Closing of a door, a new door opens. Always. But that door has to close. Wow. Coming right next to the Ten of Swords. So, ask yourself, have I been in a repeat pattern? Do I keep doing the same thing over and over, hoping for different results, but it's just not happening? Do I want to keep doing that? I feel like with the Three of Wands here, you don't. And the Six of Wands, the ability to claim victory, and then other people really looking up to you because of the actions you've taken. And I feel like there just feels like there's a soulmate who doesn't want to interrupt your life lessons. Why? Because they probably know that you came into this lifetime to learn these lessons. Now, I feel like this is saying lesson learned. Lesson learned. Also, card of Scorpio, by the way. Well, hello, Nine of Cups. First of all, I'm feeling like I'm single here, and I'm loving it. Nine of Cups is about inner harmony. But listen, the only way I could find that inner harmony is really to take a good hard look at my life, at myself, at these repeat patterns, which we all do, by the way. This is not about judging oneself. Don't judge yourself. Because again, perhaps your soul wanted to learn this lesson. I wanted to see as a soul if I could overcome this devil's energy. And you do. You do. So it is about inner harmony, but it's also about a fulfillment of a wish or wishes. This person just like, yes, it's hard to be single sometimes. I mean, I'm a Virgo and like, I don't know. I don't have that hard of a time being single because I enjoy time alone, but I am in love, don't get me wrong. Um, but I do feel like this is singular energy. So I feel like you are, or you will be closing a door. And I feel like that closing of the door opens up everything. It's like a new life. And again, don't look back with regret. Like, what was I thinking? What was wrong with me? Um, Perhaps you were just learning. Perhaps you were just learning. All right. So we have some wishes coming true. But listen, this is not about a miracle. This is about your energy and your boldness and your ability now to see the truth. This is about cutting those ties, closing those doors. Yes, maybe I had hoped and wished that someone could have been a better person, but really, you've become the better person. Whoa. I feel like if you're single, I don't feel like that's going to last long. Of course, that will be your choice. You don't have to say yes. You have free will. But again, this Knight of Cups, it's coming in. And now I understand why I felt this patience with this knight. It's like, wait, this knight is waiting for that door to be closed so that there can be a rebirth. Maybe even, I feel like so good about this person. Um, like I want you to be able to claim victory. It makes me feel good to see you feeling good, doing well, and then I enter. Wow, let's keep going. Hello, Knight of Swords. Could be communication. I feel like it's like somebody now knows that you're single. And when I say single, it doesn't always mean, let's say you're in a relationship, but like energetically, you cut ties. Energetically, this is not where I'm going to stay. This is not my happy life, you know. Um, but you're on your way. You're on your way. This could certainly be someone who's like, okay, I feel like it's my time now. I don't know that the knight even knows if you're going to accept it or not, but I definitely feel like they're going to give it a shot. All right, got a couple extra cards, so let's go ahead and take them. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles to me is energy. It's just really meant to be. I often feel in the Seven of Pentacles, these are your soul's seeds of intention. Some of them were planted before you came into this lifetime. Maybe this knight is waiting for divine timing. Like I know that I need to wait, right? It's almost again, I feel that energy of like I don't want to interrupt your life lesson, your soul's growth. It's like I want you to realize that you can save your own life. This is about patience. I refer to it like an apple tree. I don't want to pick an apple before it's time. I'm gonna let that motorcycle go by. I used to love riding on motorcycles. I don't know why I'm talking about that right now. I dated a guy way back. who had a Harley, and I used to beg him to let me see if I could drive it. I don't think that's what you call it. But anyways, we went into a field and he goes, I'll make you a deal. If you can hold the Harley up by yourself, then I'll teach you how to ride it or drive it. So I tried. I straddled the motorcycle and me and the motorcycle fell over. So I never did learn. But I don't even know why I'm bringing that up. Some of you, I'm sure that's probably a message that relates to you. Seven's also a very spiritual number. Again, I feel like it's more the Knight of Cups than anyone right now who is saying, like, I'm not going to pick that apple until it's ripe. And that may mean, again, when you're single, when you've at least closed that door, and I feel like there's no chance of you reopening that door. You know, could be this person doesn't want to be part of any drama. Though I do feel like also very supportive. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. We have, well, hello, the world. So, just like the death card says, close a door, a new door will open. Well, here you go. Here is the next chapter. Such a spiritual time in one's life. And by the way, I feel like this is a spiritual time, but this is about your spirituality really now guiding you. You're trusting. You're trusting within your guides. You're entering into this new period. And I feel like you're entering into this new period in a much happier state. And I do feel like this, again, lasts for a lifetime. It just feels like it's time, right? It's like one of these seeds, or maybe even more than one of these seeds, are now coming to fruition. It's like seeing the fruits of your labor, both spiritually and materially. We have the Page of Cups. I like this image because it's like this person, is connected to their higher self, trusting within their higher self. Some of you may have taken time to really start to love yourself again, especially if you've been dealing with, well, first of all, a repeat pattern, sword after sword in your back. It takes a moment, right? To come back to myself, self-love. But to me, self-love also talks about allowing myself to be playful, to have adventure, even after the fact. Libra, I feel like when you close a certain door, to me, it feels like you're setting yourself free. And I also feel like you're also now trusting within your own intuition. So I feel like if someone from the past is coming back who did put dagger after dagger in your back, I feel like it feels very clear to me like there's no way this person has a chance. No way. They can try. Listen, if they call, I wouldn't take the call. They knock on my door, I wouldn't answer the door. I would not even give them the time of day. And I'm not saying don't forgive. Yes, forgive within your heart. But you don't need to pick up a phone and be like, hey, I forgive you. Just forgive within your heart. Why? So that you don't carry the weight of those wounds with you. Again, death. Close that door. A rebirth. A new door opens. It's showing us the new door right here. It's also showing us that it just feels like it was meant to be. And then, hello, another page. Page of Swords. Two pages connected here. Actually, you have three pages in your reading, two knights in your reading. Pages mean a couple different things to me, and I feel like all may apply. First of all, a page to me means what's in the atmosphere. Well, this person seems to be receiving all kinds of ideas, epiphanies. He's standing on the edge of the cliff, kind of like the fool's energy. It's like I'm taking my book smarts, but also what I have learned within this life. Victory, standing on that stage, other people definitely paying attention to you. I feel like success is on the horizon for you, no doubt. Pay attention to those epiphanies. Some of you may have put, something that I went to school for, again, may have been put on the back burner. And this may just be divine timing in bringing it now to the front burner. Boy, I feel like I said that a lot in a lot of the readings. Well, I've only done, who did I start with? Leo. So really, you're in a third one for August. But I feel like I've said that a lot. Now, again, this can be someone that you already know, someone you know from back in the day. Some of you, it could be someone you went to school with. You know, and I also feel like this is talking about like this king, again, male or female. And I say that because we're both masculine and feminine energy. And sometimes, like if we're a female, sometimes it's important to be comfortable in our masculine energy, and vice versa. If I'm a male, I also want to know how to be loving and nurturing. So the next chapter, it's just meant to be. It feels like a soul's quest. I have a feeling it's two souls, and I do feel like it's in divine timing. We'll see if temperance comes up, which really does speak about divine timing. But I also feel like the world wouldn't show unless you were ready for it. It's like she's in the center of her own universe. That's what I feel in the Six of Wands and the Death card. Okay, let's put them. I definitely want to keep them in the reading, so let me kind of move things around a little bit. And let's look at the bottom of the deck. Hello, Four of Swords. That's probably why I'm feeling that if anybody from the past who I know it's been a repeat pattern, listen, I feel like, yes, you know, unfortunately, we do fall in love with people who just don't know how to love. But doesn't mean we have to accept that. And again, I don't want you to regret it because I feel like you've learned so much from it. And some of you, it may actually be part of what you do next in the world. Healing. Healing that broken heart. I just want to look underneath it. The moon. Interesting. I think the full moon um just happened in Virgo. Now, I could be wrong because I feel like in Leo's I said in Capricorn. I should have checked it out. If it's in Virgo, I'm definitely going to do a full moon reading because I am a Virgo. But healing, the moon can talk about uncertainties. It can talk about dreamy type energy. It may be exactly the type of energy you're moving towards. I may not expect it. In the Three of Wands, it's like, you know, it's like I really am like letting go of control. I know what I no longer want. And I feel like that's an important lesson to learn. I definitely feel like you're finding this inner harmony. And then there is a fulfillment of a wish or wishes, which brings out that Knight of Swords. It's like someone may hear, like, okay, Libra single, and jumps on their motorbike. Heading, maybe that's why I was talking about a motorcycle. Interesting. That's a story I don't know that I've ever told um, in a reading before, but something made me think of that. All right, let's bring in the trivia tarot and let's go deeper. Let's figure out what's going on here. You know, the devil is really about temptation. Um, but it can certainly mean like shadowy type energy. And I feel like you're moving to a point where if anyone is coming toward you, any opportunity is coming toward you, you want it of the light. Another way of saying that is you want clarity. You know, you don't want someone who's wishy-washy. Now, let's just say you are tempted back. Then what I would tell you to do is take it slow. You know, people can evolve, but not all people do. So, taking it slow allows the time for someone to really reveal who they truly are. You know, if someone comes into your life and says, I've made these changes. Now, because I feel like there could be two people, um, I feel like one will be of the light and one not so much. So that may be why taking it slow, letting them reveal who they truly are. All right, let's give them a cut, introduce them into the reading. Okay, well, that was a little cut. Interesting. All right, we're going to start at the beginning, but of course, we're going to read it as the whole card overboard. Hang on one second. Look at this. Three of Swords, right over the devil. Three of Swords mirroring the Three of Swords, with the Ten of Swords mirroring both of them, all of them. I feel like it's pretty clear now that who's ever in that energy hasn't changed. It'll just be a force sword in your heart. Of course, it is up to you. You know, you do want to use your own spiritual discernment. And if you have a hard time trusting, like, you know, signs, just ask your guides to send them again. I feel like this reading is being very clear. This could certainly be your sign. We have, interesting, the Page of Wands. Where else? We have the Page of Wands. No. So we have the Page of Cups. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Page of Pentacles. And now we have the Page of Wands. Now this Page of Wands is coming right over the Knight of Cups. Kind of makes sense with the King of Wands next to it. So, again, it could be two different people, but with completely different type of energy. You know, the King of Wands is someone, first of all, I felt like this king, king or queen, has definitely overcome like their own issues. And I feel like again, like I don't want to interrupt or I don't want to come between like the lessons that, you know, your soul wanted to have. Like, why would my soul want to go through this? Maybe just to know that I can overcome that energy of the Three of Swords. I can overcome temptation. I can. So this could certainly be that king's younger energy. Someone who's been patient. You know what else I feel is the King of Wands is someone who puts action behind their words. Like, I don't just say that I want to date you or that, I want an opportunity with you. I show you why. It also, and it can be all the above, can certainly be energy that you're starting to feel. It's like as you clear this energy, you're becoming more and more open. That's what the Three of Wands is. I'm living in the present moment. I'm putting positive intentions out there, and I want you to think of the law of attraction because the intentions you put out there is what must meet you. In other words, another way of saying that is, you know, um, I forget what I was just going to say. Um, it's like saying, I don't know what I was going to say. So we'll let it be and see if it comes back to me. All right, keep going. Now, I don't think this is just talking about love, guys. I also feel like it's talking about your abilities, things that you have learned and then using them in your favor, building businesses, um, promotions, trusting within yourself. The Ten of Wands over the King of Wands. Interesting. Hmm. I wasn't expecting that. Now, look at this. And the Tower over the Three Swords. It's almost like I have a feeling some of you may have been with someone who over and over broke your heart, didn't show up, could have ghosted you. Um, I don't take lightly how it hurt, the pain that it's caused. But yet, I do feel like when I see a tower, especially over the Three of Swords, that type of energy, I feel like really it is your saving grace. Even if it might hurt in the moment, I feel like this is energy that eventually I look back and I say, thank God that tower showed up. Sometimes we have a hard time moving ourselves. So our guides are going to help move us. And it can come through a tower's energy. Hello, world. Again, now it's right over the Ten of Pentacles. I can tell you this. If, let's just say you've lost, could be a job, could be, again, like other people putting their hands out, gimme, gimme, gimme. But now it feels like this Ten of Pentacles, this is part of the next chapter. That is the house of abundance. It is a house that takes root. And now we know it's a very spiritual house. It's like the Three of Swords will hold no power over you anymore. Maybe you have to tell yourself that. Again, that Three of Wands, I know what I was going to say. Like, I have to think about where is my own vibration. If, first of all, I feel like sometimes the heartache of the past was just to teach us, like, what I do not want, right? I don't want to spend the rest of my life with someone who keeps breaking my heart. No. And maybe I didn't feel strong enough to leave it. So your spiritual team is like, well, we're going to help you. And it may feel like discomfort in the moment, but that will be temporary. And look how quickly the recover of that tower, from the tower to the world, that next chapter. It's like it's saying not only is love meant to be in your life, but so is abundance. To me, it talks about your talents, things that you have learned, and really using them to your favor. I get this feeling like other people, like friends, have told you, like, you're really good at a certain thing. Maybe you're a great listener. And maybe I decide to, do something in that field. Maybe you're a great speaker. And maybe part of what you're speaking about is your past experiences and how you've overcome them. This feels like life to me, right? The hardships, but also the blessings. Well, there's temperance, divine timing. First of all, coming right under the Knight of Cups. Wow. That's a beautiful place for temperance to come out. Patience. This knight is being patient. You may have no clue. You know, it's like I hate to talk about myself, but let's just put it this way. You know, um my life changed when someone reached out to me, and it was so unexpected, but yet it really changed my life. And I feel like that's what this night wants. Like, I want to come in the right time, right? I don't want to interrupt your life lesson. I want to bring you happiness. This also is letting you know how involved divine is in your life. Also, a card of Sagittarius, by the way. Well, hello, Chariot. Unlimited potential. The Chariot, much like the world, I feel like comes in the right time. Because if I come before the right time, it's like, buying a car with four flat tires. You're not going to get very far. The Chariot is where you are trusting in yourself. What you want to remember also with the Chariot, it is your intentions that move this Chariot, and it truly is unlimited potential. I don't need to know, like, where is this going to go. I just trust that if I keep moving forward, if I keep believing in myself now, and I put those positive intentions out there, only positive things are going to find me. Now, let's say again, someone of a negative nature also reaches out. I don't feel like they'd have a chance. I feel like you've come too far. I also feel like this is talking about your abilities, though. Maybe what you do for a living, maybe what you're just starting to do. And you may question, can I have success? First of all, that's being answered right away. Six of Wands is victory, temperance, divine timing. But when the timing is right, that timing is right. If it's speaking of love, let's just say your whole life, like everything in it, as long as you, again, are believing in yourself. And listen, I don't need to know everything. I just need to keep moving forward. Then there really is no limit at how far you can go. Card of Cancer, Four of Pentacles over the Three of Wands. I feel like some of you are finding a new home. Like you may be making a move. I don't know why it's just popping out, like why I'm feeling that, but I do feel that. Some of you may literally be moving. This is also about being grounded, trusting in your abilities, but also be open because the Four of Pentacles can also talk about some restrictions. But these are restrictions that I may put on it, like, be open that the right people will come into your life at the right time. And then the Strength card over the Ten of Swords. Man, there's somebody who may have thought that there's no way you're going to get over them. But here you are getting over them. Here you are finding courage within yourself. Yeah, you did have to look within yourself. Same thing I felt about this King of Wands up there, who, by the way, is Leo. And this is also a Leo card. But I don't want you just to think Leo. This is really about you. It's also a number 8. So that's about a new beginning. That's the number of infinity. As above, so below. No beginning, no end. If this knight is a soulmate, that makes perfect sense. You know, you could also have very similar experiences. Both of you may have had to overcome certain things. But again, I feel like our souls, I feel like sometimes with soulmate energy, yes, some are blessed. Well, I don't know if blessed is the right word because I feel like, yeah, some of us may meet a soulmate early in our life and spend the rest of our lives together. But I feel like the majority of us came into this lifetime because if we remember that this life is really our classroom, it's about us learning, our soul evolving. Um, then I feel like, yes, there needs to be space because each soulmate needs to learn, came here to learn for themselves, right? Learn their own experiences or have their own experiences and grow from them. This is really taking the power away from those who are not in the light. Like you're taking the power away. Okay. There may be a few of you who are single and do enjoy your life. And maybe you say to yourself, like, I'm not looking for love. Look at what I've just been through. Though I feel like the majority have already been through this. But of course, some of you may still be going through that. So this is kind of like a guideline, a map. How do I get out of this and move into this? First, I have to have the realization that I keep accepting someone's energy who is not making any effort, but yet doesn't want to see me happy at the same time. And I feel like you just take your time, in the Nine of Cups, because it is about really learning how to really enjoy yourself, how to find that inner harmony. But I can tell you with the Death card right there and then Rebirth, that to me feels like freedom. Now, when I say freedom, freedom within, but it doesn't, necessarily mean like I want to be free. I never want love again. But some of you, this may come again because this is unexpected in the Knight of Cups. I may not expect it. Three of Wands. I'm not putting any restrictions on what wants to come towards me, right? Because I'm putting positive intentions out there. So whatever finds me, I feel like will be of the same. And again, if it's of a lower energy, you're going to know it. You're going to feel it. I also feel that some of you may feel that there's love moving towards you. Maybe you even feel like it's a soulmate. Maybe you're just trusting in your guides. I mean, you have the world twice. We have, I want to say the strength card twice, but I don't know if we do, but I feel it. And I do feel like soulmates do have similar experiences. And I don't have to be completely healed for great love to find me or great opportunity to find me. I can still be a little bit broken, and that's fine. Don't forget, though, the Four of Swords is here. I feel like, healing is here if you call for it, if you allow it. Mm. King of Pentacles, um, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, over the Death card. Interesting, because the Devil is the card of Capricorn. But, I hate to say that. I hate to like put all this energy on Capricorn, but it is coming over the Death card. Now, let's just forget the sign for a second. This could certainly be someone where I felt like the King of Wands is someone who would definitely put action behind their words. King of Pentacles can be a little bit different. This is someone who could definitely hold back their emotions, keep you guessing and wondering. I often feel the King of Pentacles is loyal, but not all of them. Not all of them. This can also just talk about the energy and how you now look at the world. The King of Pentacles looks at the big picture. Another card overboard. Three cards overboard. Hello, Ace of Swords. Over the Nine of Cups. Under the Chariot. Under the King. Ring, ring. Ten of Swords over that Knight of Swords. Interesting how the Ten of Swords is mirroring the Ten of Swords. And the Nine of Swords over the Ten of Swords. That's worry. But really, the meaning of that card is unnecessary worry. I'm going to grab a drink real quick. Okay. Um, Libra. I feel like you have a lot of mirroring energy here. I can't help but notice it. One of the things I pick up when I do tarot readings are patterns. They like jump out to me. And I can't help but notice some of the mirroring energy here. Ten of Swords, but then overcoming that. The Ten of Swords, and then the Nine of Swords. You know what I feel like this is? I feel like because the Death card is saying, when you shut that door, and then you allow the universe just to surprise you, I feel like there's going to be communication. I definitely feel like it's this night. Again, unexpected couple fulfillment. And it's coming over the Nine of Cups. So it's almost like singular energy. But I have a feeling that's going to change. I feel like this night, is also this knight down here, the Knight of Swords, where I did feel it was going to be some form of communication. I often feel in the readings now, maybe because I have to take in consideration like social media, but I feel like where some people like change their status, where I was in a complicated relationship to single. It's almost like I put it on my front page. Someone else is picking up on that. But I feel like I almost feel like the Nine of Swords is theirs. So it's like, I want to come in. I want to communicate. I want to open up the line of communication, but I'm a little fearful on how you will receive it. Will you accept it? Unnecessary worry. Definitely repeating energy, mirroring energy, but it's really showing like your growth and, temperance right under that Knight of Cups, right what I was looking for. I was looking like, I told my guides that. I speak to my guides in my head all the time in a reading, like, if this Knight of Cups is meant to be, if it's a good energy, bring me, and then I'll state certain cards. Well, Temperance was one I was looking for, all in divine timing, which means the right time, following the world, the next chapter. I feel like some of you, it's like when this old chapter ends, even though it can be difficult temporarily, man, I feel like you're going to look back and be like, thank God. Thank God that tower came. Thank God I moved forward. Thank God I cut those ties. I closed that door. And now, will I accept this rebirth? I mean, I kind of feel like, how could you not? Because temperance, and another thing I feel with temperance, yeah, she is about patience first. But it's about trusting in divine timing. Knowing that like my gifts, my love, my blessings, that they will find me. And that's what the person is saying in the Three of Wands. But in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy this present moment. Well, that's what's happening in the Nine of Cups, right? I'm finding this inner harmony. And that is energy. And now you're sending that out into the universe, which is connected to temperance, by the way. Temperance is like, well, now this is the right time. And I feel like she really does make sure that the soulmates, that their cups, because a lot of times you'll see temperance like making sure that both cups are equally filled, balanced. And I feel like now they are. Libra, this is like your roadmap of how to have the type of life that you really want for yourself. You do need to be bold enough to understand that if I'm in a repeat pattern, that chances are it's not going to change. It's literally showing us that. Literally showing that if I do take this person's hand, that I'm probably just going to end up with another sword in my heart. And I'm saying probably, but I feel like that is the case. But then on the other hand, I say no, and the next chapter opens up the world with temperance right next to it, which is right next to the chariot, by the way. Ace of Swords. It's like I'm at home and my phone rings. Well, connected to that king. And I feel like the Ace of Swords speaks of truth. So I feel like this communication, I feel like you would know very quickly. Even though I keep telling you, take your time, take your time. I feel like sometimes someone enters our life and we just know. We just know. And maybe the reason why we know is because of what we've been through and what we have overcome. And once we learn those lessons, I feel like no one can come in and pull the wool over my eyes. They can try. Maybe for a second, I might get tempted, but I feel like very quickly your guides will shake you. Like, no, no, my dear. And I also feel like this is real life. Someone may, again, patiently waiting to bring in their cup, but that doesn't mean that they 100% know that you're going to accept it. Especially because I feel like, um, somehow, some way, I feel like they also know what you've been dealing with. Is she gonna accept this cup after what she's been through? Will he accept this cup after the hell he's been through? I feel like the answer is yes. But I also feel like through the communication, you'll know pretty quickly. You know, I hate talking about myself, though I seem to be doing it a lot lately. But I have to tell you, when Sam reached out to me, we were together when we were 16, 15, and 16. And then we broke up. We broke up because I couldn't say I loved him. He said it to me. I couldn't say it back. I had to deal with my childhood. But he couldn't handle it, so he broke up with me. And I didn't see him after that. And I actually moved out of state. And 40 years later, my phone rings and it's him. And for 5 years, we spent on the phone day and night. I mean, I had a full time job, but he even called me at work. My bosses would be there. I'd be like, you can't call me here. You can't call me at work. But we just wanted to talk so much, deep conversation. And I feel like those years of like the communication over the phone is what gave me the courage to eventually quit that job, leave that state, and now we live together. He told me he was afraid that I would shut him down. And that's why I'm feeling that in the Nine of Swords. Like, even though someone may like want to be next in your life, they still may be afraid, but unnecessary worry. All right. I want to take some cards right across the middle of the spread, which really is so beautiful. I mean, the world over the Ten of Pentacles. If you've lost, let's say, maybe had the Ten of Pentacles and somehow it was lost. Maybe it was connected to that devilish energy. I feel like you're going to recoup it tenfold. But you know what? I feel like you're recouping in a way where what is yours is yours. And no one can take that away from you now. So I'm not worried about that. I feel like, because I do feel like this is not just talking about love. It's talking about opportunities. It's talking about abundance. But it's all stemming from you trusting within yourself, trusting within your guides, learning how to read the signs. Again, you can ask your guides to send you a sign. And if you're not sure, was that a sign? Send it again. Make it bigger. Sometimes that's what the tower is. Like, we had to make it that big so that we could get you to move towards this new chapter, towards your blessings, towards the life that you now deserve. Again, I'm not going to look back with regret because I've also learned a lot from that. And if it has anything to do with love, I have learned what I do not want. So take your time in this communication, and I feel like this communication, it feels like butterflies to me, excitement, joy. It can even be little arguments. I mean, Sam and I would argue, break up on the phone, and then the next day one of us will call. Sometimes you got to be bold enough to be the one who calls. And so I did a few times, and then we were right back at it again. You know, Temperance doesn't promise that even with great love and great opportunity, that there won't be any issues. But what it does talk about is the ability to work through them together. All right. So, anyways, let's go right over the middle of the board. Justice. Well, there's your major arcana. And I love it when your major arcana comes out. It's almost like there's no doubt it's talking to you. So, what does justice mean in a reading? First of all, it can certainly talk about cutting of ties, and I feel like that's what a lot of you have done. And I don't want to leave out that the devil can also talk about temptations. So there may be some things that you yourself have overcome, that you've cut ties with. But justice is about making you whole again, balanced. It's like as soon as you cut those ties, you feel balanced within. And I kind of feel like that's the secret of life. Is this divine timing meant for you? Well, there you are. By the way, you have a lot of major arcanas, and that can talk about a lot of different changes, and they don't have to be big, major changes. One little change leads to another little change, which leads to another. So, a point where my life looks completely different, but really in a very positive way. Well, hello, soulmates. So, to me, it's just confirmation of what I was already feeling. Two of Cups, soulmates, connected to Temperance, connected to you. Nine of Pentacles, beautiful. Independent success. Some of you, because I don't feel like this is just a love reading, their love does seem to be, I don't know, like love definitely wants to be talked about. But so do your opportunities. And then I'm thinking of that Six of Wands where I really feel like you are in a victorious state. Nine of Pentacles talks about successful self-employment, feeling independent. I mean, how beautiful if you're feeling independent and you have inner harmony. Wow, that's a pretty good life. Two nines. Again, could be two different people's path who are now coming together as one. We already have the Ten of Pentacles. We know that the world is over it, the next chapter. Some of you, I'm telling you, I feel like you've taken what you have learned and you're putting it to use. You're putting it in your favor. Nine of Pentacles, who receives the benefit of the Nine of Pentacles? You do. Because it's your work. I feel like it also speaks of harvest time. Maybe September is the month that you're really feeling like the fruits of your labor are really showing themselves. Maybe that's why I opened up the reading saying that I felt like August was just the beginning. Libra, I feel like you're reaching a point of success in really so many different areas of your life. Reason why I'm saying September is this is a card of Virgo, by the way. I also like that next to the soulmates, well, actually, these two nines are connected with the Ace of Swords in between them. So this could be talking about two people who've taken, gone through their own path that then come together. And each of them coming together in a way that's so different from the past. Wow. I see the beauty of this reading. I see the hardships of the past. But I also feel like you're not allowing the past to be the predictor of your future. You've reached success through the Nine of Pentacles through your own hard work. But I feel like at the same time, I have a love for what I do, even if it's hard work. But I also feel like this is talking about two people who are now single. Hello, Ten of Pentacles, right next to the Nine of Pentacles. The first thing that's popping in my head, how am I going to title your reading so that you understand with such little words that I have, that you can understand the beauty and the synchronicities in this reading. I think I just said that in the Nine of Pentacles, yes, independent. But I didn't feel like for long. I felt that over here in the Ten of Pentacles, you're not alone, right? And listen, if I've lost, let's say financially, some of you maybe a home, don't think for a second. Well, I know it's hard not to think it, but will you recoup that? Oh, yes. It's showing you that from the Nine of Pentacles right into the Ten of Pentacles. Not alone. Now we know for sure it's a soulmate energy. Now we know. I almost feel like I just want to leave it there. Do you know what I mean? Like, why look for more than that? Well, now I feel like, well, let's just take one more. Well, hello, the sun. Okay, the sun. Beautiful. First of all, card of Leo. It's a ruler of Leo. Um, but this talks about illumination. What this tells me is anything or anyone that comes towards you that's carrying, let's say, shadowy type energy, it can't hide when the sun is here. Everything will be clear. It is a brand new day. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. That's what the sun does for you. This is very playful type energy. And I feel like that's really good for you. This is a brand new day. It's a brand new chapter. It feels like a brand new life. But I feel like maybe I couldn't have got here without the lessons and the experiences of then. Beautiful. Complete illumination. I feel like that should give you a sense of comfort. Now, I did feel like some of you may be on the move, and this can be talking about like moving back home. That's what I did. I moved back to my hometown. That's where Sam lived. But it is my hometown. And I felt that for some of you. You know, um, whatever it is, it's just saying that you don't have to worry about shadowy type energy anymore. Been there, done that, learned from it, moved on from it. New day, it's a brand new day. I'm going to allow myself to be playful and just enjoy in what divine wants to bring your way. Libra, I love your reading. Yes, it was hard in the beginning, but that's real life. Sometimes we just end up with people like that. But listen, there's also a lot you learn. And for some of you, it's just you're learning how powerful you are. Even if you've been in a repeat pattern, don't put yourself down because of that. Maybe someone just didn't know how to love you right. But don't say that there's no one that can love you, right? I'll never find love. This is showing you. And a lot of people say, like, not a lot, but sometimes I'll get a comment like, you're always talking about that we're going to find love. Well, because I feel like that's life. But this is like a roadmap. It's not all glory, but it is glorious. I don't want to take the beauty out of this reading, but there's some lessons here. And I feel like when we learn those lessons and then when we think of our own energy and we project that energy forward, I feel like divine listens. And it doesn't always mean right away. Because for some of you, maybe being in this Nine of Cups and maybe even creating your own thing, right? Becoming independent within yourself, being able to take care of yourself. And then I feel like this is also a sense of comfort, a sense of comfort that the Ten of Pentacles is coming back out. That's the house that takes root. But first and foremost is you. Wherever you're at, in whichever nine, and maybe you're in both of them. I feel like if you're doing something that you love that just feels right, well, that's going to bring you that inner harmony. And I don't want you to forget that Nine of Cups is also about fulfillment of wishes. Well, that's how we opened up your reading. I felt like it was a soulmate. Soulmate showed right with divine. It's like the rewards of just learning our lessons and learning not to get stuck, right? And moving forward, not allowing those people who just couldn't love us right, treat us right. We're not going to allow them to predict our future because you can change your future at any time by the intentions you put out there. Yes, sometimes you have to wait, but the more that you keep putting those positive intentions out there, I promise you, the more things you're going to have to be grateful for. What a reading. What a reading. That death card on the bottom of this deck also. So it's on the bottom of the deck. Healing, right? Rebirth. Allowing myself the chance to heal. And allowing rebirth to take place. And what a rebirth. All right, let's bring Mother Mary over this beautiful reading and get her beautiful words of wisdom. What am I going to name this reading? That's the thing. When you watch tarot, sometimes it looks like it's easy, right? But it's not easy because, like, I truly have to keep myself open to our guides. And, I've got to, like, really Make sure I'm delivering the right messages the way that your guides want you to hear them. And it takes time and it takes effort. And why am I telling you this? I don't even know. Oh, that's why, like, I think so hard and long about, like, what am I going to title it? I think about your thumbnail, and I just, I just want to reach you, like, through YouTube or wherever you find this reading. And whenever you find it, whoa, okay, they really flew off. Marriage. Marriage. Some of you, that's what you're heading towards. Some of you could have been married and maybe you got a divorce. Justice is here. But I feel like if that's the case, let's say we're going to move into marriage number 2, whatever number it may be. I feel like this will be it though. I make a commitment to a healthy relationship with God, myself, and my partner. Love takes work, but it's the kind of work we want to put in. I want that person to know that I love them, that I respect them. Doesn't mean like everything is hunky dory all the time, but it does mean I want them to know I'm not going to run out the door. It's really a difference of energy. And then gratitude. Well, that's what the person in the Three of Wands has, gratitude. Gratitude. As I notice and appreciate my blessings, I open the door to more of God's gifts. That's what you're doing in the death card in the world. And again, mirroring energy here. Gratitude. As I notice and appreciate my blessings. And sometimes those blessings is just the actions that you've taken and what you have learned and being grateful, right? Being grateful that, first of all, that you had the power to overcome. And I know you all do. And not getting stuck in the past, like not getting stuck in energy of like, why couldn't someone love me the way I deserve to be loved? And you do deserve love. Maybe they just were only meant for a period of time. I was going to say maybe they weren't meant to be, but I do feel like they were meant to be because I feel like you've learned so much. And I do feel that now you can read energy and trust in that. Gratitude, marriage. As I notice and appreciate my blessings, they're everywhere. I open the door to even more of God's gifts. Amen. Libra, I don't know. I know I say this every time, but I truly love this reading. Truly, truly loved it. Um, I hope you do too. And listen, let's say again, you're kind of still stuck back here. That's why I always say in the comment, or why I always say, if you were able to move out a certain energy, I love it when you share it with us. And the reason why, first of all, yes, you do help give me confirmation, but I also trust, like I really trust within my intuition. But I feel like what you do is you help others see and understand it is possible. It is possible. I remember times in my life where it was pure hell. And I just had to keep saying, Sandy, this will not be your life. This will not be your life. And there was only one person who saved me, and it was me. And it took time for me to realize that I had that power within me. But now my life, I'm not going to say it's issue free, but my God, it is night and day. Like Sam reaching out to me, never expected it. He's always lived within my heart and clearly me within his. And he found that boldness to reach out. But I know he was worried, like, oh, what if she hangs the phone up on me? But he did it anyway. And I did not hang up the phone. You know, I spent a lot of my life where I was not, like, I didn't feel independent within my finances. And even though, really on YouTube, I probably make less than minimum wage, um, but it's what I love to do, and I don't do it for the money. I mean, yes, I do have to pay my bills, but it's just like something that came to me. My spirituality just opened, but it opened through some very difficult experiences. And then 10 years later, here I have, I feel honored to be able to bring you these messages. I really do. I feel honored. I feel honored that divine trusts me in that way. And I never take it lightly. So, anyways, long story short, I feel like your comments really do help others, and I'm so grateful for them. Um, I really am. And I feel like the more that we can just say, oh, well, that's never going to happen to me. Well, I thought the same thing, right? I thought the same thing. I never thought I was going to do tarot. I mean, back in my early life, I didn't even know what tarot was. I wasn't living a spiritual life. Now I'm all about my spirituality. So you just never know. Put positive intentions out there. Think of the law of attraction. Trust within your guides. Ask them to send you signs, send you the way. I already know for many of you, your signs are in this reading. And I just hope you can trust that. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking. I love you guys so much. I really, really do. Um, I appreciate you so much. I feel like I know I couldn't do this without you. So I am always so grateful for you. I am always sending you guys prayers, those who are going through hard times. Um, I want to welcome anyone new into our soul family. I do feel like we're one big soul family. When I do a reading, I literally picture you guys all in the room with me. That's what spirit puts in my mind. We're connected. That's why a reading will resonate with so many because we're all soul connected. And I'm blessed to have you. I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye. This is a long one, I have a feeling, but maybe it was needed. I love you guys. Bye bye.